Welcome to Janus Corporation's Hearing Protection Training. Causes of hearing loss. Chronic or long-term exposure to noise can cause a permanent loss of hearing. Noise exposures of 90 decibels or higher can cause a loss of hearing for nearly anyone exposed to such noise. Sound level exposures of 85 to 90 decibels may cause hearing loss in small percentages of those sensitive to noise. With levels lower than 80 decibels, a minimal potential for hearing loss exists from long-term exposure to the noise. Factors that also influence noise-induced hearing loss include the duration and intensity of the noise exposure and the frequency and distribution of the noise exposure. Hearing loss also may occur as a result of infections, blows to the head, medical side effects, and general aging. I'm in that aging category. When exposures are known to be or may be above the Cal OSHA noise exposure limit of 85 decibels, hearing protective equipment or noise attenuating devices will be available to every Janus employee working on the project. Selection and use of hearing protection. Personal protective equipment generally includes two types, earplugs and earmuffs. PPE is provided at no cost to employees. Such PPE protects your hearing and should be worn when the sounds in your work area are irritating, including short bursts of noise. You need to raise your voice to be heard by someone standing less than 2 feet away from you. Sound level exceeds 85 decibels for an 8-hour time-weighted average. There are signs posted that indicate hearing protection is required. Noise controls. There are 3 types of noise control: administrative controls, engineering controls, and personal protective equipment. A noise problem consists of 3 parts: a source, a path, and a receiver, you the employee. Intervention of any of these parts can reduce employee exposure to noise. Administrative controls involve methods such as changing production schedules or rotating jobs so that exposure times are reduced. Considerations include reducing the number of employees in a high noise area and switching employees from high noise to low noise jobs during a shift. Engineering controls are the preferred method of reducing noise exposure. Engineering controls at the source may eliminate the need for hearing protection, with examples of engineering controls to include increasing equipment maintenance and lubrication of moving parts and replacement of worn parts, use of sound absorptive material enclosures, shields, and barriers, especially appropriate for stationary equipment operators. Earplugs are the most common form of protection against noise. Janus Corporation currently provides 2 types of earplugs: sponge cylinders and neoprene plugs. Foam or sponge earplugs that fit snugly are the most effective. To properly insert foam earplugs, roll the plug into a small diameter, slide it well into the ear canal. Pulling your ear back and up helps. After the plug has been inserted, hold it in place to ensure a good fit. Earmuffs fit over the outside of the ear. Earmuffs look like they would provide better protection than earplugs. However, they are less effective due to the seal they form around the ear. Facial hair can decrease protection as it breaks the seal. Earrings, hats, and eyeglasses pose a similar problem, breaking the seal. Note, some earmuffs have improved communication capabilities. These have been engineered to block out noises but allow quieter noises to be heard, commonly used on airport tarmacs, or to include radio communication. For extremely loud work sites, proper hearing protection may include earplugs and earmuffs worn together. However, while this will block out damaging noises, it will likely also block out sounds that you need to hear, such as coworkers' voices and emergency alarms. For such situations, alarms should be accompanied by flashing lights or the use of hand signals. Things to remember about hearing protection. Chronic or long-term exposure to noise can cause a permanent loss of hearing. Noise exposures of 90 decibels or higher will cause a loss of hearing for nearly anyone exposed to such noise. Sound level exposures of 85 to 90 decibels may cause hearing loss in a small percentage of those sensitive to noise. Earmuffs look like they would provide better protection than earplugs, however they are less effective due to the seal they form around the ear and the potential obstructions such as hair, earrings, and safety glasses. For extremely loud work sites, proper hearing protection may include earplugs and earmuffs worn together. There are 3 types of noise control: administrative controls, engineering controls, and personal protective equipment. Thank you for taking Janus Corporation's Hearing Protection Training, produced by Michael C. Sharp, Janus Corporation's Senior Safety Officer. If you have any questions or would like additional information, please contact me at 209-993-6123 or mikes@januscorp.com. Please proceed to the quiz.